So, profe, what if I just attack you and I grab you by the freaking head?
Well, let's see. Let's try.
Get over here. Okay, touche. Touche. But what if they grab you from the back? Ha ha!
Just in case. First attack we saw Charlie do was a headlock. The one he asked about. The headlock is something that in a real life scenario, it's very possible it could happen. It's the percentage of it actually occurring in a fight is very high. You see a lot of it on videos. We see it all the time, especially with, this is also something that I teach all the kids, because in school and stuff like that, a lot of the times the kids are wrestling them up and trying to grab them, and the worst place you want to be is in a chokehold or in a headlock where you're actually being choked. So he goes for a chokehold. The first thing I want to have is like posture. I want to concentrate on my structure. That way, if he tries to break me down, like to roll me, I'm pretty strong here. I'm on my toes, right? So then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and make a grab. And then I'm gonna use my head, like pushing him backwards as well. You see that very small, it's not like a big drastic thing. I'm not just putting a little bit of pressure. But the real kicker here is the way I get him into motion. So I start to move him, and I move him, and then I search for that back leg. And I take him down. He goes for the headlock. I concentrate on my structure, my foundation. I go ahead and I tie him up. I get him moving, apply head pressure, and I trip. The last thing I do is I open my hands. I want to make sure my hands are open. They don't get crushed under Charlie. One last time. Headlock. Oh, I'm structured up. Spin him. Hands open. That way, I make sure that I am safe. My hands don't get crushed under Charlie, and we're good to go. Well, I have my structure. I'm able to just trip Charlie backwards, right? But sometimes what happens is these guys, they break you down and they put you all the way down to the ground. So let's see that position first. So let's say he hits me in the headlock and he goes and he puts me down. Just boom, and he gets into side control here. From here, I have to deal with punches, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to really be up on all my jiu-jitsu game there. But I can prevent that by understanding the next movement, the variation. If he goes there and he starts to break my posture down, I want to make sure that I can go and spin. So a good way to do this, and the best way to kind of understand this, is you start to walk him again, and my hand's gonna go right behind his leg, and I'm gonna pull on his hip. And when I do that, I lay down. I just roll Charlie. I take the momentum he's offering me as he's trying to bulldog me down, and I use it against him to really just spin him. He gets my head, hand goes behind, my knee goes down, I spin Charlie around, and I end up in side control on the top. If he continues to hold my head, let's say, sometimes that doesn't mean he's gonna let go of my head. He could be here squeezing. He squeezes my head, he has both hands on it. I use my back hand, I make space with my front hand, and I push upwards, and I break that position there. From there, I can go to arm bars, a lot of different attacks, or just ground and pound, elbows. I can do a lot of things. Okay? So let's see that again. He grabs me, he's breaking me down. I spin Charlie, I get into position, and then from there, I can go into my own ground and pound, go ape shit on his ass, drop elbows like this. He can go into it. All right, let's go, Charlie. So now the next position we saw Charlie do is the rear naked attack. Like he goes behind me, right? He tries to drag me back, all that stuff. I hold on, lift my neck, pull the elbows down. I get tight, and then I connect. I sit like if I'm sitting into a chair, right? Connect to Charlie. Now I can walk back a little bit. Charlie's feet goes into the air, and I spin. And then from there, here, or we can go right back into the whole ground and pound and go ape shit again. But the idea is to find the leverage, right? I have to sit back, go under him. As I walk back, I find his hips, he goes. Let's see that again. All right? I sit, find that leverage. And then from there, just go right to the top. You can start pounding it. Right? See that one more time? He grabs. We're right there. So now, we can't just sit and back the guy out and do the takedown. Sometimes the guy's stronger or bigger, and what we try and do is protect our neck still. And we're gonna, when he goes to lift me in the air, I'm gonna try to wiggle my feet to create more heaviness, more leverage, so he's prompt to put me back down. But when he puts me back down, I can't do this. Go, Charlie. Put me back down. I can't go back to my feet, because then we're back in the same predicament. When he lifts me up, I wiggle, and I go down to my knees. Right? Let's see that again. He's here, he lifts me. I go down to my knees. From there, I go back up. Start going ape shit again. So now, maybe doesn't lift. I can't sit. Need another alternative, right? The more we know, the better, because we're gonna be able to defend for sure, depending on the person. You never know how they grab. So I noticed in the last time, the Charlie's, look, his legs are right in the middle, right? So instead of like going that way, I hook his leg. If he goes to lift, can't lift no more. Boom, we're stuck. I start to turn, I bow. Let's see that again. He goes from the back. I find the leg. I hook it. I turn. I take him down. Knee to the neck. You can spin around. You're a cop. You can start to cuff. Tase his ass. Anything you want now, right? Because we're in control. I make joke, but the biggest part is that word right there. We're in control. We're the ones in control, and that's hard to do in a position where you feel very vulnerable, because this guy has everything. Right? You have to have options. You have to be able to sit, lift. If he picks you up, you have to be able to kick, go to your knees. All of these options we need to have, because you never know how the attacker's actually going to attack either, right?